Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome out to Hidden Valley Park, Jim Moran Field, for today's 2024 Missouri American Legion Baseball AAA State Championship game. It's Championship Tuesday. That one still is a little bit weird, but it is what it is. It's Tuesday, and we're out here at the ballpark, and today, to my left, I want to welcome to the broadcast Mr. Connor Spinagle. He is the head coach for Sedalia, the Travelers, post 642. Come out to chat up some baseball with us. Thanks for coming out, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here. Got some familiar foes on the field today, so hopefully be able to give some insight as to what's going on today.
Absolutely, and I do see the Blues coming. So we had a chance to talk. We've been watching this Oak Grove team. This is their fifth game here, Connor. They've been grinding out wins, is the best way I can put it.
Yeah, that's kind of what they've done all year. I've watched it the last 2 years. I feel like we can't escape these guys. I want to say it's like played them 14 times the last 2 summers. So they don't have an ounce of quit in them, and they got a lot of experience playing high-level baseball. So it should be fun to see if they can keep it rolling today.
Starting pitcher for today will be the junior, Rocco Bricado. I love that name. He's got a big league name already, Rocco Bricado. We saw him pitch a couple of, I think an inning, maybe in a third the other night, and we had a chance to catch up with the starting pitcher for Oak Grove. Drew, go ahead and roll that. Okay, folks, I have with us the starting pitcher for today's championship matchup here, heading to the championship game from Oak Grove, post 379, Rocco Bricado. Rocco, thanks for taking a moment.
Yep.
Big spot here. You got an inning. I saw a couple innings the other night. What's your mindset here?
To pitch strikes and let my defense work.
There you go. It's a simple game, isn't it?
Yep.
Have you pitched in any kind of big game like this, like a semifinal like this before?
Yeah, but it's not as serious as this one.
Not as serious as this one? All right. Where do you go to high school?
Oak Grove High School.
Oak Grove High School. So all your guys are going to be behind you there, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. Talk to us about your pitch mix.
Like my type of pitches?
Yes. What do you throw?
Fastball, slider, curve, and changeup.
What do you think you throw the most of?
Curveball.
Curveball? You
I
like?
don't throwing it that much though.
Why is that?
Because it hangs too much.
A little hangs too much. So what do you got to do to mix in your fastball? Are you trying to get guys out with your off speed more than anything?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. So I promise they won't get to see this. But big spot here. You guys have played 4 games already. You've come back, won last night. How are you dealing with the nerves today? Tough questions, right?
Yeah.
Tough questions. Yeah. Never done this. You don't know?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
A little bit?
Yep.
When you get on the mound, does it go away?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. There it is. Well, good luck to you, young man.
Thank you.
Looking forward to watching you pitch here today. Rocco Bricado, the starting pitcher for Oak Grove, post 379. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
In the first week of August.
All right, we appreciate that. Today for the Moberly 6ers, this Moberly team, it was a tough battle. Jackson Angle went 7. 5-0, lost to Ellsbury, got him into this game. And I think it's going to be a good matchup. Talented team here, Moberly 6ers, Connor.
Yeah, very much so. Scouting report on them, they got a lot of arms, a lot of high-level arms, and they do a good job, play some small ball, got some guys at the top of the lineup that can really hit. So should be a great matchup here we got.
We had a chance to talk with Cooper Harvey, the starter. Lefty. Got the old lefty going on the mound for the Moberly 6ers. So, Drew, let's take a listen to that there. Okay, folks, it's Championship Tuesday. We're here. We got the Moberly 6ers taking on the Oak Grove post 379. I'm with the starting pitcher today for Moberly, Cooper Harvey. Cooper, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You nervous?
Not really nervous. I'm just ready to get going.
That's kind of thing. Get a little anxious,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
How do you, when you get on the mound, you kind of maybe feel? How do you deal with your nerves in that respect?
I just think I have a great defense behind me, and I got to trust them. And throw strikes and trust that they're going to make plays for me so we can get out of the inning and get to hitting and score runs.
So what are we going to see from you today? What are we talking about at your pitch mix?
I like to throw my fastball, curveball, changeup. Sometimes I mix in a slider a little bit, but fastball, curveball mainly is what I throw.
How's your season been on the mound for you this year?
I threw pretty well. I had a little shoulder trouble in the middle of the season, just overusage, but usually I'm just. Yeah, I don't know. I get out there and I just try to throw strikes, That's it.
So, I've noticed you're at first base. You're hitting pretty well. The team's moving along. What are the keys for you today to get that victory?
Today we just need to really focus on defense, no errors, and we need to get big hits when we need them. We got to score runs, score them early and often too, because we haven't been. During this tournament, we've been scoring late innings, a lot of runs. We need to score early, jump on them early today, and score a lot of runs in first and second.
That help your mentality when you get on the mound? You got that lead?
Oh yeah, when you have a lead on the mound in the early innings, it really helps you throw strikes and let your defense work a little bit.
There you go. Mr. Cooper Harvey, today's starting pitcher for the Moberly 6ers, post 6. Good luck to you today.
Thank you.
Next batter, the catcher, number 22.
Folks, we wanted to give a little bit of shout out. We've been talking about Jackson White, been the grounds crew. Jackson White is the grounds crew. We took a moment and chatted with Jackson here before the game, and we want to play that interview and give a shout out. Jackson White done a great job on the grounds. Drew, roll that before we get started. All right, guys, I've got here Mr. Grounds Crew. This is it right here, Jackson White. He's been out here sweating it out all week. But look at this field. Look at this, man. It looks fantastic. Jackson, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm a solo crew. I'm hot. It's been a long week, but it's fun. Get to be around some good baseball, around a good group of people, good teams. So.
Yeah. You're at the University of Missouri, right?
Correct.
What do you study?
Studying journalism with a minor in law, planning on going to law school after. So this is a summer gig for me.
Yeah, take a break, right?
Yeah, it's a good summer gig.
Man, that hurt my brain just thinking about it, bro.
It's a nice break.
Maybe we'll have to have you do some blogs for us for Youth Baseball Midwest journalism.
I like
right?
that idea.
I will definitely have to do that.
Talk more about that.
Absolutely. So working on the field here, watching the ball. What's the key to keeping this thing looking so good?
Just a lot of water, checking up on it after every game. You can't really let it go more than one game without giving it some care. Keeping clay under it, keeping it from getting holes. Just making sure it's, I don't know.
And there ain't no
Sure it's
holes.
cared for.
I told him that yesterday. Usually when the guys, they step down in the box. Don't have to step down in the box here. So
Yeah.
you're getting it done well.
I appreciate that.
Who you want to say hi to?
I'm not sure.
You don't have to say anybody.
All right.
Say hi,
I'll
Mom.
say hi, Mom.
There you go. Mom's good.
I made it, Mom.
Jackson White, hey,
Thanks for having me.
it's been fun, buddy.
It has
Enjoy it.
been.
He's
Appreciate
been
it.
working hard, so we wanted to give him some love.
Appreciate that. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Just in time here, we're going to do the sportsmanship code. We'll have the national anthem, and we will get started. So we're going to step aside for that right quick.
Welcome to the final elimination game of the AAA tournament for the Department of Missouri American Legion Baseball. Gentlemen, if you would join me in the code. I will keep the rules, keep faith with my teammates, keep my temper, keep myself fit, keep a stout heart in defeat, keep my pride under in victory, keep a sound soul, clean mind, and a healthy body. Thank you. At this time, we'd like to ask everybody in attendance to please rise, remove your hats, as we honor America and those who have and are still serving her today to grant us this freedom by the playing of our national anthem.
I am Ben Schwegler, United States Navy Explosive Ordnance Disposal Technician, here to welcome you to the Missouri American Legion Baseball AAA State Championships, presented to you by the U.S. Navy.
All right, folks, it's baseball time. We've got a really good crew here today of umpires. Behind the plate will be Josh Nolan. At first base will be Mike Reeds. And at third base, Brett Compliment. So we are going to get to our starting order here for the visiting Moberly 6ers. Nolan Samuel will be leading off, number 6. Number 1, Ashton Hunt in the 2-hole. Number 3, in the 3-hole, excuse me. I got to get myself back here. In the 3-hole, number 8, Jackson Engel. In the 4-hole, number 3, Cooper Harvey's also on the mound. In the 5-hole, number 18, Anthony Ford. In the 6-hole, number 5, Carson Fletcher. In the 7-hole, number 13, Luke Waltemate. In the 8-hole, number 22, Connor Haynes. He'll be behind the plate. And in the 9-hole, number 7, Cade Baum. Defensively for Oak Grove, Jordan Hall, the do-everything Jordan Hall, will be behind the plate. Nick Reeves at shortstop. Aiden Squires at first. We will have Logan Hernandez at second. And at third base will be Sheldon Dean. Left to right, left field, Eli Wilkinson. In left field, center field, Caden Gann. And in right field, Caden Kinzel. Not much changed for this squad and our lineups here. These Blues, these are some good guys. You're familiar with these gentlemen, correct?
Yeah, Josh is the head of our umpiring in our zone. He does all the scheduling, and you don't get him much better than him. He does a lot of college games, and we're fortunate that he's here running things today.
Talk about this gentleman on the mound for us here, Connor.
Yeah, so Rocco just came up with a big squad. He was a junior Legion all year, and talking to him before the game, he's got a 4-pitch mix. If I had to guess, you're probably going to see a lot of curveballs and sliders and maybe pitching kids backwards and trying to mess with the timing.
All right, looks like we're about ready to get started here.
Number 6, Nolan Samuel.
Samuel at the plate. Samuel's been a good leadoff hitter for this Sixers team throughout this tournament. And the first pitch, inside, ball 1. I think we're going to see, we talked with Rocco before the game, talked about his off speed. I think that's what we're going to see a lot of today.
Yeah, I think so too.
Line drive at Hernandez, out number 1.
It's going to be part of his plan today. Use the defense, throw a lot of strikes, see what happens.
Batting second, number 1.
So that's pretty economical. We talk about baseball economics here for pitchers. 2 pitches, 1 out. It's pretty economical.
You know, you'll take that all the time. You're in Game 5 of a tournament. He's going to need to be efficient for these guys today and go right at these hitters.
It's outside, ball 1. Ooh.
He's sending that one at my lap.
We've had a few of those, and I keep asking the guys, what's with all the hostility? We ain't in the game. We ain't done nothing over here.
I didn't even bring my glove today, so just a bit outside is what they'd say about that one.
It's outside. 3 balls, no strikes now to the number 2 hitter, Ashton Hunt. He's played very well in center field. And that's a 4-pitch walk.
That's a tough guy to let on base for free. He'll run all over you. He'll be all over the field. We played these guys last year, and he had an older brother. You just can't keep him off base, so we'll see if they get him in motion early.
How do you think these guys going to handle this heat today?
You know, I think they're going to be very happy that they've only got 2 today. Fortunately, we got a good win today, so in the dugouts it's a lot hotter than it is on the field, so that'll be helpful for especially our catchers.
It gets if you don't have a fan in that dugout, it gets a little rough, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gets real bad. There's no airflow in these dugouts up here.
Runner goes, and the throw down is not in time. So Hunt got a great jump there, Connor.
Yeah, he did. Got a young guy on the mound. He probably got a good read off of him. And going on the first pitch, I got to think that's something he does quite a bit after watching him for 2 years.
Strike one to Engel. Off speed, fouled back to the screen. That's strike two. He took a big hack at that curveball.
Yeah, Rocco told us he likes to hang those. Later in the game, he's probably going to get those down at the knees, but that worked that time.
He did say that, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
I didn't hang my curveball. Oh, just over Hernandez's glove. Hunt had to hold up to make sure it didn't get caught, and only got to third. First and third, one out now. And Bricado in a little bit of trouble here. Cooper Harvey, the pitcher for today, he's in a spot to help himself get he talked about getting early runs. Here's the spot.
Yeah, one thing I'm interested to see today with being as hot as it is, you know, a lot of times you get this deep in the year playing in the heat, you get a DH. So pulling double duty today, we'll see if that affects him at all out on the mound.
That's an interesting thought. You know, we've seen that a little bit with the guys here. And there goes Engel. And the throw through, and the one coming back, he's safe. So I don't know. I got kind of blocked. Did they have a chance to tag Engel there?
I don't think so. He got a pretty good jump. If they were running some kind of play to get the out at home, we're too deep. You know, he stayed back on the bag. Never really had a shot at either of them. You know, you'd like to try to at least get one right there.
So the run scores on the throw through. 1-0.
Turn all baseballs to the playing field. Thank you.
Engel at second. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Harvey.
You know that I go back to the stolen base on the first pitch. Then that little flare to center field gets you over to third, and now we can play games. And you know you got an early 1-0 lead on 1 base hit.
And that ball is hammered into center field. Gann under it. Engel tags, and the throw's going to not be in time. Gann covers a lot of ground out in center field. Doesn't have necessarily the biggest arm, but he gets outs for you.
Yeah, he's very fast. It's hard to get a fly ball anywhere into that outfield for Oak Grove. There's a lot of speed out there, a lot of athleticism. So got to hit line drives if you want to get base hits to the green.
So Engel moves up 90 feet on the fly ball, brings up Anthony Ford, the first baseman. That's ball 1. It'll be interesting to see. He's got 14 pitches. You know, he's had a little traffic, but you know, if they get 1 run, and just as I'm saying that, he plunks Ford. So the hit by pitch sends Ford to first base. But with Bricado, if he can't, 15, 20 pitches in there, but yet it's only 1 run.
Right. You got 2 outs. You're a pitch away, especially for a young guy. That's got to be the message that Chad's about to deliver.
There you go. On cue, right?
On cue.
Because that's the biggest thing. You got this young guy. If you can get him through this first inning in this traffic, it's kind of a deep breath, right?
Oh, 100%. You get that monkey off your back. Your first inning's under your belt, and they've hit 1 ball hard, but it was caught, and that's kind of the message. If I'm in the Oak Grove dugout, kind of what I'm trying to tell Rocco is just, stick to the game plan, trust your stuff. You're here for a reason, and let your defense work. It's probably the best defense you'll ever throw that you'll have behind you when you're throwing. So it's like I mentioned earlier, it's going to be important to be efficient today. So going to have to keep throwing a contact.
There you go, folks. If you Connor here, he did a podcast with me a few weeks ago. Legion Baseball Talk. If you get a chance, when we're done here, you're watching the ball game, come back, check out the podcast. Had a lot of fun conversations. We're going to have him more. So if you get a chance, hit the subscribe button. Hit the dinger there. Get you some notifications. We'll have fun talking Legion baseball throughout the winter.
Yeah, I look forward to more conversations, and we really appreciate the coverage. Legion Baseball was a dying organization there for a little while through COVID. It's really struggled with numbers, and it's things like social media to get the word out that we're still running strong to get this thing going again. So we really appreciate the coverage.
2-0 here to Carson Fletcher, who will be at third base today. He's had a pretty good tournament, swinging the bat pretty well. He's athletic. We've seen him at second base quite a bit.
Interested to see here with 2 outs how aggressive Moberly's going to be to get that run on third. Runner on third runs pretty decent. Guy on first, not as much. He's first baseman, I'm just guessing.
He goes, and that's low, and the throw through. Oh, and a tough hop over the glove. That's 2 runs on throw-throughs on stolen bases.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those plays you live and die with the result. You get the kid out, now you're out of the inning, he's still an out, and obviously the flip side of that is you give up a run for free. So we'll be interested to see what they do the rest of the game, if we're going to live and die by it or if we're going to have to make an adjustment on that end.
So 2 runs, and there's the walk. So a hit by pitch and a walk here. They've only got the 1 hit, and you got 2 runs.
Now batting number 13, Luke Waltemate.
Luke Waltemate now.
It gets tough this time of year when you give away free bases.
Line drive, can't get there, has to play it on the hop, and the run comes in to score Anthony from second base. So the RBI 2-out single for Waltemate puts the score 3-0.
Yeah, those free bases always find a way to come around and score on you when you get deep into these big games. So you're going to have to start limiting those.
So here's a quick hook. Bringing in the other youngster, Ford Greaves, now to pitch. He was in the DH role, so it looks like that's where we're going there.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Tough start for Rocco, and if you somehow turn this game around and win, now you've saved him for the next one just in case. Just a little insurance move here.
Absolutely. So we'll step aside here just one moment, and we'll be right back.
Now pitching for post 379, number 10, Ford Graves.
Okay, we have Ford Greaves coming up on the mound here. We've seen him behind the plate. We've seen him at third base. We've seen a big arm from this young man. So we're going to see how it translates on the mound. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, Connor.
Yeah, it's an odd deal. Pitching's just a completely different motion than just throwing it across the diamond. And sometimes you can keep that same velocity, same oomph behind it, and sometimes it just doesn't come with. So from those warm-ups, he looks like he throws it pretty well, and he's got a nice curveball. So we'll see if he can have better fortune here.
Okay, he's going to face Connor Haynes for this Sixer squad, and that first one all the way to the net. That's a little nerves right there. Everybody moves up 90 feet. on the wild pitch.
You know, I just keep touching on it. You got 2 outs here. You're 1 pitch away. Just find a bat with one of these pitches, and life changes quickly.
Fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Didn't get far enough away. It's ball 2.
Jordan did a nice job saving a run right there. It's a tough block, especially on dirt. As much as we play on turf anymore, a lot of catchers are struggling to do that. But Jordan does a good job of keeping things in front of him.
And that ball is hammered into left field. Oh, and it gets by Wilkinson. He was trying to play that to where he could come up and fire. And Haynes is at first base with a 2-out, 2 RBI single. And the Sixers have jumped out to a 5-0 lead. That 9 courtesy.
Courtesy runner number 9, Preston Burns. Coming to the plate, number 7, Cade.
So
Bowman.
Burns, the courtesy runner. And this is getting away from Oak Grove pretty quickly here.
Yeah, it's going to be huge to limit the damage. Got to get the boys off the yard, get the bats in their hand, and you know it's a long way back, but Oak Grove seems to have been having a lot of success in these moments.
Runner goes, and he is out. So Hall throws this one out to shut down the inning, but not before the Sixers jump out to a 5-0 lead. We're going to the bottom of the first inning. Score Moberly 5, Oak Grove coming up. So, Oak Grove in a hole here, but this lineup, we've seen them get down in probably they've played 4 games already. This is their 5th game. In 2 of the 4, they've been behind and come back. So, this team is gritty. They fight, they scratch. So, leading off, Jordan Hall. In the 2-hole, number 9, Nick Reeves. In the 3-hole, the dangerous Sheldon Dean. In the 4-hole, number 4, Caden Kinzel. In the 5 spot, number 10, Aiden Squires. In the 6-hole, number 25, Eli Wilkinson. In the 7-hole, number 2, Caden Gann. And in the 8-hole, number 10, Ford Greaves. In the 9-hole, number 34, Logan Hernandez. Defensively for this Moberly squad, behind the plate, the battery mate, Connor Haynes. At first base will be Anthony Ford. At second base, Nolan Samuel. At shortstop, Jackson Engel. At third base, Carson Fletcher. Left to right, left field, Cade Bohm. In center field, Ashton Hunt. And in right field, Luke Waltimate. So here we go. Ready to go here in the bottom of the first inning.
Leading off for post 379, the left fielder, Jordan Hall.
First pitch, strike on the outside corner. I like that arm angle.
Yeah, that's going to be wicked for these Oak Grove hitters. Looks like they've got a 4-seam, 2-seam, and a slider. If he's going to live there, it's going to be a really tough day at the plate for the guys in orange today.
He's got that slingshot motion, hard to pick up coming out for the right-hander even. Oh, and a ground ball, and he's safe. eats up the first baseman Ford. That ball was hit hard, but the error on the first baseman and
Now coming to the plate, number 9, Nick Reeves.
That's a really good 0-2 approach out of Hall right there.
good job, Blue. So that brings up the shortstop, Nick Reeves. Hall, dangerous. He's got speed. He will go. And that ball is up, ball 1.
I'm going to see how aggressive Jordan gets with the lead over at first base. First inning, first run of the game. Got to know what kind of move this guy has.
Two and 0. Always love to see right here. You have that. You through 2 strikes, you get the error. What kind of mentality you have as a pitcher, right?
Yeah, it's very telling early how aggressive he wants to be. You know, it's a long tournament. It's kind of the theme of today's game, really, for everybody but Ellsbury. You're so deep into this thing. You have to be efficient because your normal guys you got behind you just probably are not there. So kind of counting on you to try to get all 7 if you can.
3-0. Yeah, because you've got a well-rested Ellsbury squad sitting, waiting for everybody at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, that's definitely the position you always try to be in these things, obviously. But the most telling thing is going to be
Ground ball. Picked up. Nice play by Nolan Samuel for out number 1. He has played defensively so well this weekend.
that's a lot harder of a play than it looks. He's squeezing the middle, being in double play depth, and to make a running play to your left side, short hop, it's a very impressive play right there. And it's huge to get that first out of the ball game.
We've seen him at shortstop for the first 2 games that they've played because Engel was behind the plate, then he was on the mound. And now Engel's back at shortstop, and you got Samuel at second with Fletcher at third. So a little different alignment here.
Yeah,
Is that pretty normal for him here, Connor?
I think so, especially when you get on these summer teams. A lot of times you'll end up having 2 or 3 shortstops for their high school on the same team, and you know the range doesn't leave when you leave different spots around the infield. The only thing really different is your different coverages for bunts, obviously, but also the throw. And he looked to be pretty comfortable over there, so I guess it's not his first time playing second base.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike to Sheldon Dean.
Going back to Ellsbury, they're going to have their 3 on the mound against these guys, 5, 6, 7, and the advantage you gain there is it's just insane how much that matters. There's not many teams built to go 8 games deep. You know, most teams, get 4 or 5 starters and the rest are bullpen guys. So you get this deep into this thing and you're starting to ask guys to do things that you don't normally have to. So it's interesting to see how that plays out today.
And that ball's away from Haynes and to the backstop. Hall moves up 90 feet on – couldn't tell if that's a pass ball or just got away from it. It looks like it. Just kind of pass ball.
Yeah, definitely a pass ball. Harvey must have thrown it too hard. He threw his glove off his hand, so maybe he'll take some off of this one for his catcher here.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Brady Creech on the mound. Going to Jeffco. Little low. That's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, we saw Gavin Woodson.
Yep.
Going to mineral area, throwing mid to upper 80s. Popped up. That's going to get out of play. Then we saw Avon Weaver. And Sheldon Dean's having himself quite an at-bat here. He's just working. That got in on his kitchen, was able still to get a little bit on it. Foul it off.
Anytime early you can see 8 or 9 pitches in an at-bat, that's always helpful.
Oh. Dean didn't like that one. Strike 3 called. And that's 2 outs. Brings up Caden Kinzel.
Now batting number 4, Caden Kinzel.
I'm going to guess if Harvey keeps getting that outside corner, he might as well just build a house and live there all game.
Right.
Coming from that left side, that kind of three-quarters angle, got a lot of run away from a right-handed batter into a lefty, and that's one of the hardest pitches to hit in all of baseball. Even if you know it's coming, there's just not a whole lot you can do with that.
3 balls, no strikes. Three and 1 to Kinzel. Hall's at third base. It's 2 outs. Harvey's trying to strand that runner and get his team back into the dugout, and he can't do it here. So Kinzel on first and third. It's 2 outs, brings up Aiden Squires.
2-out walks are real tough to deal with here, so we'll see if he can wiggle his way out of it and salvage the inning.
So strike 1 to Squires. See if Kinzel goes. Oh, he had him leaning. He's safe. That's just a little lean.
Yeah, that was close. I think half a step on his leadoff, he's probably out right there. That's the third different move we've seen out of Harvey. The advantage left-handed pitchers have, just incredible when it comes to working the run game.
So 0-2 to Squires now. He's trying to catch that first move, and it's tough sometimes.
It's really hard as a coach to decide how aggressive to be in this situation.
Sorry about that. I feel you. That ends the inning, lined out softly to the second baseman, Samuel. We're going to the top of the second inning score. 5-0 Sixers.
America's Navy is the most highly skilled, technologically advanced military force in the world. The breadth and depth of opportunities available in today's Navy stretch from the depths of the sea to the heights of the stars. To learn more, visit www.navy.com.
Okay, we got Jordan Hall coming back out now. He's been on base, and they weren't running for him. So you can do the courtesy for the catcher here, but no courtesy for the pitcher. So Greaves out for his second inning of work. And we got Cade Bohm, the 9-hitter, coming up to lead off this inning. We saw Cade early in the tournament come in the second game after they had lost to Ellsbury, and really just pitched his butt off. I thought he did such a great job. A live arm, really live arm.
Yeah, those kind of outings are what you need from guys that aren't your starters to keep things competitive, and just goes to show the depth of really all the teams here, of what they've got on the bench and what they're capable of on the mound.
So here we go. Greaves misses with the curveball.
Number 7, Cade Bohm.
I hear the train a coming. Little Johnny Cash, that's always what I think about.
Rolling through the outfield.
Little check swing foul.
We did last inning, had 2 outs. They had the eight hole in motion. I'm wondering how much of that's not to try to get 9-1-2, try to get somebody on for the top of your order, rather than having them on with 2 outs. A lot of times, a lot of coaches will write their lineups where your 9 hole's kind of a second leadoff, if you will, and got to be kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know why else you'd run out of an inning that way. And
he's been missing up so far with that curveball. He just hadn't quite found the feel of it. Good fastball. Outside corner, 3-2. I like the way Greaves, he gets the ball, gets the sign, goes.
Yeah, it doesn't leave you any time to think about it much, and that's normally a good thing for a pitcher. Tempo, tempo, tempo.
Under the glove of both Dean and Reeves for a leadoff single here from Bohm.
So there you go. There's coaches playing, working out.
You always like it as a coach when it works out. You go, hey, look at that.
It makes you feel smart, which doesn't happen very often as a coach. It's the little wins like that make it worth it, you know?
Oh, my mercy. So traffic again for the Oak Grove pitcher. It's ball 1.
And coaching me, he's coming out here. Looks like Greaves, when he's throwing his curveball, he's releasing it too early. It's getting out back behind his ear. He's got to get out in front of that thing and really bend and finish that pitch if he wants to get that down.
Fastball foul back. I think that's the toughest thing. People don't, you see that, you go, get that out. But release point is such a difficult thing between your fastball and your curveball, correct?
Yeah, it definitely is. And one of the things that people that haven't pitched don't realize is that, guys in the MLB throw 4 or 5 pitches, and they'll tell you if they have 2 working in the same day that they're going to have a good outing, and if they have 3, they're darn near impossible to hit.
And Gann under it makes the catch out number 1.
And so it's all about just having them all working at the right time and being able to throw them all for a strike. When you have 1 pitch, the offense can sit there and kind of dial in. When you got a couple working, then they're thinking about other things than just putting the ball in play. So that's where the advantage comes into the pitcher.
Ashton Hunt walked and scored in the first inning. Ground ball to Hernandez. Nice hop to him. Out at 2. And he's safe. The speed of Hunt saves a double play. Wasn't a bad turn.
No, it seemed pretty quick. Ashton he moves well coming out of that left side. You got a little bit shorter of a distance to move anyway, and he runs well. That's going to be a hard double play to turn at any time.
So Ashton Hunt on with the fielder's choice brings up Jackson Engel, who singled in the first inning, stole a base. Let's see if Hunt goes here on the first. And he does. And that's a good throw. And that's an out. That was a nice throw by Jordan Hall.
Yeah, Greaves did a great job of giving Jordan a chance to throw him out with that slide step and the fastball up. So I think they knew it was coming, I'd have to guess.
We go to the bottom of the second inning with the score 5-0, Moberly.
Whether you are seeking a career that requires physical strength or cerebral skills, or both, life in the Navy provides a transformation experience filled with adventure, teamwork, camaraderie, inclusion, and support. Learn more at www.navy.com.
Okay, we're back. Harvey on the mound, ready to go. And we've got the bottom of the order, Eli Wilkinson, Caden Gann, and Ford Greaves. Now, I will tell you, folks, these are 3 tough outs for this Oak Grove. What we've seen, these guys have produced at the bottom of the order. Eli Wilkinson, lefty bat, he swings it well.
Yeah, he does a great job working counts and putting balls in play and using his speed to just make things difficult for a defense. And you've always got the threat of the bunt, so you gotta have that in the back of your mind. So there's just not an easy out on anybody left. To get to this point, 1 through 9, you're competitive, and so makes life a lot harder on the pitcher.
There you go, right there. You see Fletcher in at the grass because of that, and he showed it. He's going to compete. Hey, that's good hustle, buddy. How's that leg feeling?
Better.
Good.
All right, Jim, your mic's on.
Oh, mercy. A ground ball back to Harvey. Good hustle. Love it. Out number 1. So a quick out after one pitch. And Wilkinson erased on the 1-3 if you're scoring at home.
I'll give that one the announcer's jinx. I sat here talking him up how well he works the counts, and, of course, we get a 2-pitch out.
Oh, mercy. Caden Gann, who a little flare. Samuel takes care of that. 3 pitches, 2 outs. That's baseball economics.
That's the announcer's jinx. I'll wear that one. Sorry for you Oak Grove fans out there. Hopefully Greaves takes a pitch here and tries to salvage what they can. 4-pitch innings, that'd be massive for Moberly.
The youngster Greaves on the mound. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Ball 1. So Greaves coming to the mound. Oak Grove has lost their DH. So now it's straight up baseball. And that limits some options as well, doesn't it, Connor?
Very much so. They've got some guys gone on various trips and vacations and football and whatever else is going on, and that 18-man roster gets shrunken pretty quick.
Foul tipped into the glove on the strikeout. Oak Grove goes down 1-2-3. We're going to the top of the 3rd inning. Score 5-0. Folks, we want to thank you for joining us over the last couple of days. Normally, we would be doing podcasts. We'd have our podcasts out, but we are in Blue Springs, Missouri for the 2024 AAA Missouri American Legion Baseball State Championships presented by the U.S. Navy. YBM is proud to be here. But we've got some great stuff coming out over the next little bit. We're finishing up the season. Make sure if you're here, if you like what you've seen so far, if you've been enjoying the ball games, check out our podcast. When we're done here, make sure you stay tuned into the ball games. But afterwards, go check out some of our podcasts. On YouTube, we also have our audio podcast. You can catch us on Spotify if you're working out, if you want to just listen to the podcast. Spreaker, you can go to our website. We have our Spreaker player on our website at youthbaseballmidwest.com. Go to the YBMcast page. Check us out. The audio is there. But we're also on Spotify as well. So if you enjoy listening to podcasts, please check us out. You can even listen to this guy sitting next to me to my left on our podcast. Legion Baseball Talk.
Obviously, I'm partial to that specific podcast, but Baseball Moms is another good listen.
Is that right?
Yeah,
they are, aren't they?
It's unique. It's fun. I really like what they're doing.
The Baseball Moms is one that I really wanted to do, Connor, because I love that perspective.
It's a unique experience for sure. I think he'd ask my mom. You know, he spent every day at the ballpark. She wouldn't trade it for anything, and she misses it bad. So I'm sure she'll get a kick out of listening to other moms' personal experiences as well. So
1 ball and 1 strike as Jackson Engel leads off the top of the 3rd inning. Greaves out for his 2nd inning of work, and a catch!
Holy
oh,
cow.
my goodness. Caden Gann robs Jackson Engel of extra bases. That's what we've been talking about. And this guy's working on a bum calf.
Yeah, he covers a lot of ground out there. And there's a reason he's going to continue his baseball career next year.
Wow. Where's he going?
He's going to Mid-America Nazarene. It's an NAI over in Kansas. That is where he is headed next year.
That's awesome. Love to hear that. Because that young man I always say when you got a center fielder, that's where doubles go to die.
It is, truly, when you hit it out there at him. Like I touched on earlier, you got to get a line drive because he's going to go catch everything else.
And sometimes the line drives.
Yeah, just like that one right there. Didn't get it up in the gap.
2 balls, 1 strike now to Cooper Harvey, who flew out to Gann his first at bat for the 2nd out of the 1st inning. He's been the recipient as the pitcher of a 5-run lead here. Greaves looks like starting to settle in a little bit.
Oh, yeah. At the end of the day, it's still baseball, and you played it since you were a little kid, and sometimes you got to shake those nerves and before you can get into a rhythm and really start feeling normal again.
3 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Good fastball. Dove into the back foot. Harvey swings through. It's 3-2. Just got a piece of that. I got to say it. This is just me. I love that. He came in the pitch before, comes back in. That's gutsy. I love that stuff.
Very much so.
Just couldn't get the curveball to work there. That's where he struggled. If he could get that curveball to work right there, then we got something. But he's just still struggling finding that feel.
Yeah, he's just keeping it up, and at some point, make an adjustment and find it. But until then, your fastball is going to be able dead red looking for a fastball.
Throw over. Harvey's back in time. This is where I know as a competitor, as a baseball player, he wants and he's going and whatnot. But as a pitcher, you kind of want to see him just kind of hang out.
Very much so. And if I'm Greaves right now, I'm picking over 3 or 4 more times, making him slide back in, get up and down. And again, that's just the competitor.
Right? Absolutely. And it popped shallow center field. Gann coming in. Makes the catch out number 2.
It's just another one of those pieces about when you're batting your pitcher, you run into those things. He's got to run the bases, and that's just things people don't think about.
Carson Fletcher.
And especially here, you got a 5-run lead. Now, I understand if you get something else going, you might do that. But here, it'll be interesting to see if they send him. That's strike 1. Carson Fletcher at the plate. He walked and was stranded at 3rd in the 1st inning. There's the curveball.
It's when he gets on top of it and rips it down, it's a very effective pitch for him. It's got a really good 12-6 motion on it.
Runner goes. Ooh, just missed in. Oh, he faked it.
Might have been going, got a bad jump.
Fastball lined into right center field, and on his way to 3rd is Harvey. Big turn by Fletcher. But they get it back in. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. 2-out single. Keeps the pressure on.
Number 13, Ultimate.
It's just another huge 2-strike hit right there. Shortening up. spraying it the other way, good things happen when you put the ball in play. So I love seeing that out of kids willing to shorten up a little bit and try to make something happen for their team.
Too much in the middle of the plate with the fastball.
Yeah.
Got to either get that off or up.
Yep.
That's a young pitcher learning, in a big spot.
Yeah, exactly. You're just trying to do your best and throw strikes, and sometimes you're going to have mistakes, and it's all about just being willing and able to go back at it for the next guy.
There you go. 1 ball, 1 strike. Luke Waltemate, who RBI single in the first inning, has an opportunity to add to the lead here. Curveball fouls it back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Love this from Greaves. Back ahead in the count, aggressive.
Yeah.
Pound the zone.
Yeah, he threw on the inside half of the plate, and then he went up with a fastball. I got to guess this is going to try to be a curveball away.
Oh, coach calls it. Strike 3, and it was a good one.
He got on top of it. I'm telling you, it's an effective pitch when he throws it correctly. It's going to be tough if he can get that going. He'll be able to hold him there at 5. Give him a chance.
We're going to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Score 5-0. Moberly. Folks, just an FYI, if you're in the St. Louis area, and if you're not in the St. Louis area, we got 2 ways to watch. August 24th, we've been working with the St. Louis Youth Sports Outreach. This is our 4th year for the 4th annual Cops versus Kids Home Run Derby. Local police officers take on some 14U players in a home run derby, 200-foot fence. It's a lot of fun. We're out at ABC Ballpark in St. Anne, Missouri, one of the old American Legion ballparks. Thoman Booth, it's where it's at. It's part of that old group. And we're out there August 24th. We will be out. Youth Baseball Midwest will be out live streaming it. We got all kinds of people coming out. If you're in the area, come on out. It's a lot of fun. Adult beverages, everything going on, food at the concessions. We got some fundraisers. We got some not fundraisers, but you got some raffles. And the tickets don't cost you anything.
Feels like a no-brainer.
Right?
Clear the schedules.
But if you can't be in St. Anne, come on to Youth Baseball Midwest, watch the Derby. It's a lot of fun.
I'm curious. They said it's the 4th year. Who's won the last 3?
Oh, man, we've had a young lady, Ella Smith, Liberty High School. This young lady hit some bombs. Softball, crushing. Beat the fellas, yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
She went out, like in the championship round, Connor, put up 25 bombs. I'm not kidding, man.
Get out of here.
I'm not kidding, dude. 2 balls, 1 strike to the leadoff Hernandez here. Sam Riley won it on the police officer side last year.
I'm not a betting man, but if I was, that's where I'm putting my money against 14-year-olds.
Yeah. They have the championship for the Cops and the championship, and then there's the best overall. And
Yeah.
Ella was the best overall. She hit I think 80-some home runs in 4 rounds.
That's incredible.
For that young lady, and she's getting D1 looks. She's a shortstop there at Liberty High School in Wentzville, Missouri.
Gotta imagine that's a pretty phenomenal athlete. Hitting 80 home runs.
She'll be back this year to defend her title.
Okay, I'll have to tune in. I'll be rooting for her from Sedalia.
Jordan Hall now, leadoff walk here. Bottom of the 3rd.
It's the 4th different move Harvey's used at first base. We've had 2 different leg lifts, he stepped off that one, and then we've had just the kind of lazy one over there.
That ball's upstairs. So that's 6 balls thrown to 1 strike here in this bottom of the 3rd for Harvey. See if he can settle down. And a line drive past forward, diving. Hernandez stops at second. And that's another big hit for Jordan Hall.
I'm telling you, he's a special kid. He's done it the last 2 years. If Jordan Hall's in the lineup, you got to circle him and know that's the guy that's going to beat you. Put him in the leadoff spot. Great job by Hernandez drawing a walk, and now we might have something cooking here with the heart of the order up.
And you have Nick Reeves, who can put a charge in a baseball. Big, tall kid. And he does, but it's lifted up, just got under it. Ashton Hunt comes up throwing. Hernandez fakes going. That's a big out for Harvey right there.
It's absolutely massive. Nobody advances, and now he double play ends the inning.
Now batting number 11, Sheldon Dean.
Sheldon's had a little bit of magic this tournament, so we'll see if that can continue for him, or if he used all of his good fortune in the prior games.
Foul tipped into the glove. Big fastball there from Harvey, just challenged him.
And one thing I noticed the last 2 batters from Harvey is, he had the walk, and then he gave up a hit to Hall, and it feels like his fastball's gotten more down the middle these last couple, just trying to find it, early. First 2 innings,
good run on that from Luke Waltimate. He was just inches from catching that baseball. Pops foul. I got to pay attention.
I thought that one was out.
I did too. And you forget, and I got to remember this, and we've talked about it. There's a lot of foul territory here.
There is a lot of foul territory here.
So whereas I'm thinking, that's out. You can't do that here.
I had already looked back at the pitcher.
I did too.
I figured that was out.
3 pitches, 3 strikes, and Dean is down on strikes. So the walk, the hit, followed up by a fly ball and a K, 2 outs.
Harvey did a great job there. A lot of these 2 strikes.
Popped it up. That's going to go back foul, out of play.
He's gone curveball every count with 2 strikes, and right there it's just 3 fastballs to Sheldon Dean, and said, here it is, try and beat me. Worked out in Harvey's favor there.
And that's what he started here with Kinzel, and it's strike 1. He's like, I just got to compete. Sometimes it's just that. If you can beat me, beat me. Good slider. Right at the back foot, but no offer from Kinzel. That's a pretty good back foot slider.
That was a very impressive pitch. I'd have swung at it 10 times out of 10, I'd have to guess, but it was a great take by Kinzel.
And that's a little outside. 2 balls and a strike.
I think Oak Grove's approach all year has been to look for fastballs and hit them, and when you get to 2 strikes, just try and foul off good pitches and hit mistakes, and looks like we're staying true to it today.
3 balls, 1 strike to Kinzel. Yeah! And a ground ball. And a foul tip into the glove. And a foul tip into the glove by Squires. Squires has had a couple of big hits here in this tournament. They need one from him right here. And a timeout by the catcher, Haynes. You deal with your young players, as a coach in this situation. How do you, in practices or things, how do you helping kids deal with this type of situation?
You're really trying to control the mind of them. You really want to have them focus on not the moment itself, just your job at the current moment, right? Live in the moment. You can't be thinking it's a huge game, bases loaded, 2 outs, we need to hit it. It's got to just be sticking to what you work on every day in the cages and trusting the work you've put in. That's really the biggest thing, and you try to give them the confidence to come through in these situations. And It's definitely a learned skill in my opinion. You play a long time in these moments. If you play long enough, you're going to have quite a few of them, and it's just learning how to handle the mind and slow everything down to do what you need to do to succeed in these moments.
It's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There was a little extra spit on that one.
Oh yeah, that was a challenge fastball. We got the velo grunt, as these kids have been saying. So he really let that one go. I'm gonna say curveball down this one.
There it is. That back foot slider doesn't get the chase. 2-2. Squire's putting together a good at bat here.
Yeah, he is. If I'm him, I'm geared up for fastball right here. 2-2, bases loaded. You don't want to don't even want to think about a walk. So this is your challenge pitch. You got to be ready and on time to hit this one.
Harvey, fastball, middle in, and delivers the K. Strands 3. We're going to the top of the 4th inning. Score 5-0. Moberly.
Conquering the world's oceans has been a defining challenge of humankind, a challenge that America's Navy has always embraced with bravery, ingenuity, and honor. Sailors are tested and shaped by their Navy experiences, becoming better versions of themselves. To learn more, visit www.navy.com.
All right, folks, that was a big moment in this game. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and Harvey rose to the occasion.
Yeah, he did. I'm going to guess just by his moxie, this isn't his first rodeo on the mound. I'm sure he's pitched some big games to this point in his career. And he definitely had a little bit extra juice on those last couple fastballs.
We were saying just in the break, I was talking to Connor, he just got enough in on Squires to where it just tied him up enough.
Yeah, it did. I think everybody in the park knew that a fastball was coming, and he located it well and executed his spot and won that battle.
We talk about this a lot, and I think that's what it is, competition at some point, and you see this even at the major league. Here's my best fastball. See if you can hit it.
Yeah, it's very effective, and it's really nice when he can reach back and find that extra velocity to get it by somebody.
Mm-hmm. So Greaves back out on the mound here in the 4th inning, and Connor Haynes coming up. Elimination game here in the state tournament. One of these two teams will go on to face Ellsbury post 226 at 4 o'clock in the championship game. But if one of these two teams gets on, beats Ellsbury, we'll be back tomorrow. And a ground ball fair down the line for Connor Haynes. Quick to it is Eli Wilkinson. Haynes into first base with a leadoff single, and we're going to get a courtesy runner, I'd imagine. Going to get Burns again. Number 9 to run.
They had Burns in motion in the first inning. Interested to see if they try it again, being he got thrown out. I think this is a good bunt spot here for you, Brian.
A little small ball, right?
I think so. I understand you got a 5-0 lead, but every run matters at this point. You scored 2 more or 3 more, and this one's over. So we'll see what happens here. They might put him in motion, hit and run. I just got to think coach is gonna insert him into this at bat somehow.
Throw over. Not really. I think sometimes you don't need that throw. It could go, or he's not got a big enough lead there. Just step off a little bit.
Step off.
Make sure he knows you're there. Curveball, strike one. So it's 1-1, and we haven't seen Bohm show bunt yet. Well, no sign given. It's where sometimes the youthful coaches. Well, there you go.
He knows his guys better than I do.
We stand corrected. So back-to-back singles to lead off the game, or the fourth inning, and brings up the top of the order with Nolan Samuel.
Nolan Samuel.
You know, you mentioned earlier Bowman's had a great tournament so far. With the swing like that, I can see why. Out of the 9 spot, you let him hit. He knows his guys better than I do, like I said. And now we'll see if we get some runners in motion or anything that way.
Good job by Hall keeping that runner at second base. We've talked about this. I don't want to, enough. Jordan Hall's going to play football in college, but this young man, he's one of those competitors. And he's played, we've seen him at shortstop, we've seen him as catcher, we've seen him on the mound. He just kind of, I think we even saw him at third base when Dean was on the mound. That ball's fouled back.
Sorry, Brian.
No, go ahead.
I've been fortunate enough over the last 2 years to get to spend a lot of time around him, just competing and then coaching him at the All-Star game last summer. He's such an impressive young man, and I'm convinced you could put a tennis racket in his hand and he'd find a way to be good, or let him play water polo, he'd find a way to be good at it. He's just a really intelligent young man.
2-2. I would not want to get hit by him.
No, I think he's playing safety. I don't want to be wrong because I know he played quarterback as well for Oak Grove, but him filling from the ceiling just wouldn't be much fun, I can't imagine.
3 balls, 2 strikes. And a ball 4. So 2 singles, a walk, bases loaded, nobody out. Ashton Hunt at the plate. Ashton Hunt's got a base on balls. He reached on the fielder's choice, didn't quite get the double play. And now he's got an opportunity here to do some damage and extend this lead. Everybody's at the cut. Everybody's in. Got to cut down that run. Got a chance here. Squires, nice job. I like that. Squires didn't get too busy trying to get out quickly.
Yeah, he knew he had time. He knew the runner at third didn't have a huge lead. We're not in the windup or anything. So it was a really good job by Squires of keeping his composure and making a good throw there.
So Ashton at first, the runner cut down. And that ball is, I didn't see a call.
He caught it.
He caught it?
Nice,
Okay.
Nice sliding, diving basket catch out of him. And unfortunately, I don't know if his teammates knew he caught it because we didn't have a cutoff, and we let the runner get to third base and score there. So did a really nice job up until the throw.
So first and third now, 2 outs.
We got another first and third situation here. I'm interested to see when Hunt goes in motion what the plan is. I got to imagine that's what this conference at the Mount is about. He runs very well. I'm not sure I'm even trying to cut him down at second base. You might just have to give it to him and try to get Harvey out at the plate here with 2 down.
Trying to catch up my scorecard here. There's a lot of activity going on, and I messed it up once. Don't want to do that again. Sorry about that. Connor, though, that's nice having the second person here on the team. He's just handling business. That's the way it rolls. Gotta love that. Otherwise, it'd just be like, I'd be like Marcel. Be a mime calling the game.
Yeah, this is my contingency plan if coaching doesn't work out. Got to see if this is another option.
Harvey at the plate, and that ball is foul. So nice piece. I love that approach there. Didn't try to do too much with that. Lefty, ball out there. Just trying to drive it down the line.
I'm interested to know if this is part of a scouting report we've got, because Wilkinson is playing the line pretty close over there in left field.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not really playing him to pull like, most lefties. You got Gann is even shaded a little bit, and then Kinsler in right field's way off the line. So it's got to be something in the scouting report. He likes to live that way.
That ball's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Samuel at third. Hunt at first. 2 outs. Runner goes, and that's past Hall. Not much to do with that one. That ball just bounced over him off the dirt, and all the runners move up. Another run scored. It is 7-0 Moberly.
58-foot curveball is a really hard one to keep in front of you, especially on dirt. Just never know what kind of bounce you're going to get on that. So,
absolutely. Three balls, 1 strike. Anthony Ford on deck. Strike.
It's a good 3-1 take. Ball's away. Going to be hard to do much with that. Got another one to live with. Trying to find your pitch here. I mean, now you got to battle, but 3-1, you got to look for your pitch.
That's a fastball in, misses, and another walk. So Harvey on, Ford coming up. Ford was hit by a pitch, scored a run in the first, and he flew out to center field in the third.
Stop batting number 18, Anthony Ford.
Got a chance to really keep this thing going. Good curveball.
I'm curious to see how long Moberly's going to keep their pitcher in this game with another one right after. You get kind of a comfortable spot.
Line 1 hop to Hernandez ends the threat. So Moberly leaves 2 on, but not before they score 2 more. It's 7-0. We're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. All right, we got Harvey coming up back out for the bottom of the 4th inning. He's at 53 pitches. So, warm day here, and he's going to face Eli Wilkinson, Caden Gann, and Ford Greaves here in this bottom of the fourth. So, not an easy three to face. Logan Hernandez, if anybody gets on.
Eli Wilkinson.
And Oak Grove needs some base runners.
Yeah, when you get deficit like this, it's just all about getting them one at a time. You got to chip away.
Wilkinson is a guy that right here, it's a good leadoff spot here. He works counts. He can get on base.
And you made a point of this yesterday during their game with Eureka. He stands right on top of the plate.
Doesn't he, though?
I'm not sure if they didn't have an inside line if he'd even be in the box.
Ground ball foul. And they've been playing him. Now, he's moving back here, Fletcher. You see Wilkinson always looking at that third baseman. And right here, you'll see him push a bunt. And that's a fly ball into center field, Hunt under it. Out number one. Caden Gann now, who popped out softly to the second baseman in his first at bat. It's been tough, and you see some of these guys getting these things out. We saw Caden Gann in that game against Ellsbury. He got hit by a fastball from Gavin Woodson, and it hurt.
Yeah, right in the calf. That's even worse, but even worse when it's coming from a kid like Woodson that can absolutely bring it.
And then the next game, he fouled a ball off that same leg. So that's the toughest thing, man. So now it's double. He's really been working hard. I got a lot to say about this guy. I love the grit.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. I'll say it again. Oak Grove's got no quit in them, and they're going to fight tooth and nail to the very end. And it's visibly seen through the toughness of their kids, mentally and physically.
2 balls, 2 strikes now to Gann.
You got to think this is game 5 in 3 days, and middle of the day. These kids are still out here full of energy and trying to chip away here, trying to fight their way back in this game.
That's 2 doubleheaders, and now game 5. And if you play again, it's another doubleheader.
I'm telling you, this tournament, when you lose in the first round, it's
kind of unforgiving, isn't it?
It is a gauntlet. I just keep thinking back to you got Ellsbury sitting in their hotel rooms just hanging out right now in the AC, going on game 3 here. It's they call it the driver's seat for a reason, and they earned it too.
Strike 1 to Ford Greaves. The base on balls by Gann. Interesting to see if he goes. I don't know how healthy he is. Popped up shallow left field under it, and the catch made by Cade Bohm. Out number 2. That's been the tough thing here. When they've had an opportunity, they've strung a couple here and there, but just not been able to get that offensive momentum.
And sometimes it takes one hit to get that rolling. The other part is Oak Grove likes to get guys on base and move runners with bunts and hit and runs and steals. And, when you got a deficit, it makes those risks a lot harder to stomach just because you can't give away base runners.
Right.
We have the same scenarios we did with Moberly earlier with your 9-hole up with 2 outs. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to steal one here with Gann with all that's been said.
And he goes. Haynes, the throw. Safe. Nice job by Gann. Got a good jump on the lefty.
Yeah, he did. I think that's kind of a philosophy thing. I think every coach might teach a little differently, but definitely for us, if we're going to steal on a lefty, we're going to go on first movement and just take our chances that he's not throwing at us on that specific pitch. But now you got your 9 up with a runner in scoring position, and then just takes a blooper somewhere, and you'll have your first run of the game.
Hernandez, no balls, one strike, and a pick moves. Almost thrown into center field, but nice job by Engel to get over there and get that athletic move.
He's pretty athletic for a quarterback. He's a starting quarterback at Moberly, so I'll have to give him a hard time about that after a while.
1 ball, 1 strike to Hernandez. You know, you think about that. Here's this kid. You look at Engel out here. Hey, what is he, 6'3"? He's got to be 210, 220.
Oh, yeah.
Playing quarterback.
Oh, yeah. Well, he can move. You saw it on that last pitch. He's got a good arm. I mean, he checks all the boxes. Seems to be a very good leader. Seems like his guys like him, and that's what you're looking for out of a quarterback. So I'd take him.
2 balls and a strike now to Hernandez. It's up in the zone. Yeah, I knew that was coming. You can't do that, man. No.
He's been good and consistent all game. That's pretty unwarranted. You know, some games, especially in the heat, you'll have some guys that start missing some, but Josh has been pretty money all game.
Yep. And 2, you know, get the ball, get back. You're ahead, 7-0. Just keep throwing. Don't worry about that.
He's giving that one all game.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes. That's ball 4. And 2, I like that right there. It's a ball strike warning. Harvey, it's a hot day, and Harvey's hearing it from the crowd, and that kind of settles the fans too.
Yeah. When he doesn't overreact, and they'll feed off of it. You know, he starts throwing a fit, they'll go along with him, and you know, if he can just move on to the next pitch, and hopefully the fans will do the same, and it's normally how it goes.
Exactly. Just keep it all in place, and a line 2 hopper. Engel takes care of it. There you go. Got your ground ball. You're out of it. Oak Grove strands 2, and we're going to the top of the 5th inning. Score 7-0 Moberly.
Yours when you're ready. I was throwing it to him.
What do we do? He's making you work too hard.
All right, Greaves back out for the 5th. Hall throws it down, and we've got leading off for the 5th inning, Carson Fletcher, followed by Luke Woltemate and Connor Haynes.
Leading off the inning, number 5, Carson Fletcher.
Greaves has pitched well coming in since the 1st inning. He came in with 2 outs in the 1st. shut that down. He's given up 2 runs in 3 1/3. Ball 1.
Just about to note that. I mean, he's kid's sophomore in high school, wasn't probably anticipating coming in that early, and came in a big spot and, limited the damage and has done a good job of keeping his guys in the game.
Curveball misses. 2 balls and a strike now to Fletcher.
And another funny thing about the curveball is as you get more fatigue, sometimes that gets better. Your arm slows down a little bit, and you find it. And, the last couple innings, he's been able to keep that thing below the waist. And it's just kind of funny how that works. Sometimes your off-speed gets better as the deeper into a game you get, and as your arm slows down a little bit.
Fastball lined into center. Gann on the run and makes the catch. That's 2 in a row for Caden Gann. Well, 2 in a row. I shouldn't say a row, but 2 big-time catches.
Yeah, 2 innings in a row. He's made just plays that not an average kid goes and makes. Again, I've seen it all year. He's a great ball player out there, and he'll be missed deeply next year for the Oak Grove guys.
On a bum leg. Line drive past Sheldon Dean. Waltimate having himself a day. That's 2 singles sandwiched, and he's got the K sandwiched between the 2 singles, I should say.
Bottom of this Moberly order has been able to produce for them, and you're normally not going to have a bad day when you're getting this kind of production out of the bottom of your order.
Connor Haynes, 2 for 2. Singled and both times scored once. Well, Burns scored.
In his spot, right.
Exactly.
Looks like they're
Who
trying.
gets that run,
It's the courtesy runner. I've never liked that. The courtesy runner that comes in and gets that run in the book, and I don't like that.
Oh, I always wondered. I didn't know what the official scoring was on that.
And I'm not sure if that's official. That's how Game Changer puts it.
Okay.
So that's
and
just
that
what I'm going
hit
off of.
Haynes, so the hit by pitch put Haynes on. We're going to get the courtesy. Now, is that I wondered, is that NFHS?
And that's the part that I don't know. I just know that in the Game Changer it'll go because one of our better athletes this year was our catcher, and we would run for him, and I'm going through stats, and I see that he's not scored very many runs. I'm like, how is that possible? He's on base all the time. And then I go back and look, and it's giving the runs to this courtesy runner. So
Gotcha.
It makes a lot of sense.
So first and second, 1 out. Cade Bohm at the plate and a bunt, and that's foul.
I don't hate it. Try to get second and third with 2 outs for your leadoff batter. You only need 1 to get to your run rule. And
the bottom 3 in the order has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, you're going to score a lot of runs when you're able to do that.
And another one. That's 7 hits for the 7, 8, 9 in this order. These guys are getting it done.
Very much so, and that kind of production out of the 7, 8, 9 just allows 1 through 6 to swing a lot lighter and not have as much burden placed on them to produce runs.
So brings up Nolan Samuel here in the top of the 5th inning. He walked his last at bat. He's 0 for 2 and got a run scored. And then takes ball 1. It's a big spot. We got time. Time. Somebody call time. Baseball on the field. Oh, glad that didn't cause any consternation.
No doubt. That one was all the way in fair territory. I
Yes,
haven't seen that one.
3 balls, no strikes now to Samuel.
It looks like we've got first and third in for Oak Grove, and up the middle playing double play depth. I'm not sure I wouldn't bring them all in myself.
3 balls and a strike. You got the 1 out, so if you're playing for the double play up the middle. popped foul back out of play.
I understand that approach for sure, but you have the leadoff that's going to run well at the plate.
Right.
And I'd like my chances better of getting the out at home than doubling the leadoff guy off. And with him being the winning run, you got to kind of play it. Didn't matter. We walked him.
So the run scores on the walk. That's an RBI. You know, you take the RBI any way you can get it, right?
No doubt. They're hard to come by, so you'll take it however you can get it, and it's going to bring us to a pitching change.
Coach Wilkinson out. I thought Greaves did a great job coming in here, the young man, in the first inning with 2 outs and into some situations. Good job by Greaves. So we've got number 3, and we're going to find out who that is. I got to get my that is Jared Hubbard coming in to pitch now for this Oak Grove squad. I'm going to have to find some numbers on Mr. Hubbard.
You're going to want to look at their Junior Legion stats.
So, Junior Legion stats?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I think all 3 arms for Oak Grove today have been Junior Legion guys that they had to pull up because of kids being gone. So
we'll see if we've got the stats for the junior. We can get the stats. Nope. We don't have the access.
We're locked out.
So we don't know. All we know is it's Jared Hubbard.
He's staying as the DH. Hey, he's going to stay as the DH. Straight up staying as the DH. Mm-hmm. But they're keeping him as the DH. I'm just letting you know.
Thanks, Blue.
Calling good one, Josh.
So we've got the change to
Number 3, he's staying as the DH. Number 3 is just coming in to pitch straight up.
so Greaves staying as the DH. The pitcher now, I said Jared Hubbard. There it is. I knew I would get that. Jared Hubbard. I did.
Post 379.
So he's coming in the 5th with 1 out.
For Greaves.
No, this isn't ideal for your first Senior Legion inning. You're asking
right?
a lot out of the young man right now, and see what kind of what he can get shaking and moving out there.
So here's Hunt. Takes ball 1. Bases, yeah, you know, it would be tough. Ball 1, bases loaded, tough spot, yeah. And just couldn't keep. That's one of those you just got to let that ball travel just a hair more, but your eyes light up. It's hard to do that.
Yes, they do. The darn thing looks like a beach ball. That's your pitch, middle in. You're all over it. You think you're on time, and then you're killing worms in foul territory next thing you know.
Oh. Little trip there. Everything's okay.
You know, I'm sure if you told Jared a month ago he'd be pitching in the Legion State tournament, bases loaded, 1 out, first outing, I'm not sure he'd have believed you.
And a little soft liner into center is going to get down and scores Burns from third. So an RBI single for Hunt.
Nobody, number 8.
And another run scored. It is 9 I believe that's 9 right now. Yes? Yeah, 9. I thought it was 2. 9-0 Moberly. It's getting away from Oak Grove here. And that's outside.
5 games in the tournament. Got guys gone. You're on your 3rd arm in this game. It's just the unfortunate truth of the situation.
Ground ball passed. Dean, infield drawn in. Oh, good job by Hall to get over there. RBI single for Jackson Angle.
At this point, you got to just be chasing outs. You got to get back to your normal spot and just get an out.
Right.
Now batting number 3, Cooper Harvey.
Damage is done. You're going to have to score runs to stay in this game anyway. Get back to your normal spot and get an out somewhere. Doesn't even matter where. Just get an out.
Harvey out there, but he got a tag. That's where he should have come home first for the double play. That's some awareness.
Yep, I agree. But you got an out, just like I was talking about. Now infield for sure is going to move back and end the bleeding here.
Now batting number 18, Anthony Ford.
And Jared's done a great job. Big moment, first outing. He's come in and thrown strikes, and that's all you can ask out of the kid.
Absolutely. So 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs, and a single from Ford. That's going to score 2. And clears the bases with the 2-out RBI single. Brings home Hunt and Angle.
Now batting number 5, Carson Fletcher.
Stay here 5.
Carson Fletcher up. 2 outs. Hubbard trying to – good pitch by Hubbard. Fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. "13 runs on 12 hits for Moberly. And that's a ball up. 2 balls, 1 strike. Oak Grove looking to get an out here. Get themselves back in the dugout. Popped up. Oh. I heard somebody talking, and Hernandez stopped. He went to go get it. I thought it was his ball.
Yeah,
and I heard Kinzel say something. I couldn't hear quite what he said.
They both said the same thing. They said, I can't see it. As it gets later in the day, I played at this field. My playing days out in right field, second base, first base, those pop-ups like that, they get lost in the sun very easily. So Kinzel doesn't have any sunglasses on. I'm sure it just got up there and got lost. But
yeah,
sometimes when it rains, it pours.
So 1st and 3rd, strike to YBMcast, who has singled and scored in this inning. And I will say, we talked about this a few minutes ago. At the bottom of this order, those 3 guys, YBMcast, Haynes, Bohm, you can't say enough about what these guys did at the bottom of this order. Really been the catalyst. Oh, hey, they've been beating you up. It's okay, Hubbard.
Yeah, that's all right. Nothing hurt there, except for maybe his shoulder would be a little sore. But as far as the game goes, grand scheme of things, doesn't hurt. You got to force out at every base, 2 down.
Yep.
Pitch away, stop the bleeding, and hope for a miracle in the next half.
Exactly. Haynes coming to the plate.
Connor Haynes.
He's 3 for 3, correct?
He's 2 for 2. He got hit by the
hit
pitch.
by pitch. That's correct.
Yeah, but he's been on base all 3 times. He's scored twice. And fouls one back into the screen for strike 1. Jordan Hall hustling all the way back. I mean, this kid's he's been out there for a long time, and this game's still hustling.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Lined into left field. RBI single, so he's now 3 for 3. Another run scores.
Number 7, Cade Moran.
Burns coming back out. That courtesy runner's got some work today.
Yeah, he's got his cardio in for sure. He's an active spectator today over there in the dugout. You know, Harvey's been incredible today, so it's going to be hard to dethrone him as your player of the game, but I think it's hard not to give it to 7, 8, 9 hitter today.
Right?
And make him split it. That's a pretty impressive performance out of them, is 9 whole steps in the box.
I agree. I love that bottom, what they've done.
It's been really impressive, and it just goes to show you how deep these teams get. You know, you don't get here on accident. Everybody here's earned it for one thing or another.
Ground ball, Reeves goes the short way. So that ends that. 14 runs now. We're going to the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be right back. Folks, we want to thank you for tuning in today. Youth Baseball Midwest is produced by Red Earth Productions, LLC. To my crack staff over here, been working hard all weekend in the heat. Our director, Lauren Klutz, she's also giving you all the pictures, the shots out here. She works very hard to make sure you see as much of the plays as possible. We appreciate it. To her left, Drew Klutz, our producer, engineer extraordinaire. He's giving you all the information, keeping the graphics flowing, all the videos. We appreciate it. He's taking some pictures today. We're going to have some good stuff out there. Got the photography working. My staff, my name is Brian French, executive producer here at Red Earth Productions. We hope you are enjoying the show here on Youth Baseball Midwest, and I want to thank Connor Spinagle for coming out today, driving up from Sedalia to call the games with us today. We do appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on. Love what you guys do, and I'm fortunate to get the call to be a part of it. I'm having a blast.
I love it. Dropping some knowledge on us. Harvey out. Ball 1. Nick Reeves here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Nick Reeves graduated high school last year, so in 23. And he spent the last year as a sprinkler fitter. He's taken off work, putting in sprinklers to be here for his guys, and I just respect the heck out of that. That's cool for him.
So it's 3-0. Is that right? I did not know that.
Yeah,
I love that.
And he had an incredible summer, just playing for the love of the game, and for that I just wanted to shout him out. And
hey, that's a Fletcher out.
You got a pinch hitter in the game, number 8, Nolan Seifert. He's pinch hitting for catcher Jordan Hall. Got strike 1 low and in. Nolan goes to high school down at Grain Valley. He's one of the only kids on this team that's not Oak Grove. It's something I was thinking about on the way here. A lot of these teams, Moberly even's got a good amount of Moberly High School, but a lot of other surrounding areas. Oak Grove's very, I would say probably 90% Oak Grove kids alone. So that's just a testament to what kind of program they're running over there at Oak Grove High School.
I like what Wilkinson's doing, getting Seifert in here, getting him in at bat. I dig that. He's done that a couple different times.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate that a lot from him.
Chad's been around the game a long time. He's an awesome individual, and he gets it. He gets why we're here.
And here you got, I believe it, Kinzel coming up. 2 outs. Seifert goes down on strikes. Looks like we're going to see Moberly and Ellsbury. I'm looking forward to that.
It feels like they've played each other 4 times the last week and a half. They just can't escape each other, but that's the way it goes when you got 2 high-level ball clubs. They're going to be the best. You got to beat the best. So,
1 ball, 1 strike to Kinzel. They're still chirping it up in the dugout. They, 2-1. That is one of the grittiest teams. They played well last year when we saw them in Sedalia. They beat Pacific in first, and that was an upset. It was a surprise. I don't think anybody really thought they were going to, do that. A little flare. Look at that, Kinzel. Not over yet.
It's not over yet. And touching on that point, man, these guys over at Oak Grove, they've loved playing spoiler the last 2 summers, and I think they're easy to overlook until you watch them play, man. There's just something different about their attitudes and the way they approach the game. It's just been a lot of fun to watch this group of young men come together and play the last 2 summers. I mean, like I said, we played them so much there in Sedalia. I feel like I know every kid by name and know their favorite color. And
ground ball,
foul
and that's
ball.
foul. Fletcher came up with that, but it's foul. Strike 1.
They got the rally caps rocking over there. They're just not ready to give it up, man.
Well, one of the cool things that this year we followed a lot more American Legion Baseball, Youth Baseball Midwest. We've been doing a little more of we're starting the Legion Baseball Talk podcast. He went, ball's away from him. Haynes, I think, was a little confused. He forgot, I think the runner was on. He's looking for a baseball and had to go get the live ball.
He's trying to pull a fast one. I think he knew the whole time.
You think so?
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot.
0-2. And that ball's up and out. But coming here, I knew a little more about the kids. I knew some, hadn't seen some of them play, but knew a little bit more about them. Got a piece of it. Smell the end of that. Smell like burnt toast?
A little bit like burnt toast. A little bit. Got just enough to stay in the box.
Exactly.
Gonna fight to the very last pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes. That's it. Runner goes, and that ball 1-hopped to Angle. And that's the game. So Moberly on to the championship game to take on Post 226 from Ellsbury at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Folks, we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. We'll be back at 3:50 for the pregame show, maybe a little earlier. We'll talk a little bit. We got championship stuff going on. I know we're going to get Brady Creech on the one side. We'll have to see who we get here from Moberly, but we'll be back to chat that up. Until then, goodbye for now from Hidden Valley Park, Jim Moran Field. This is the 2024 AAA Missouri American Legion Baseball State Championships presented by